All right, guys. Today was the first full day of pads. Yesterday had a day off. Put in red zone today. Had a tremendous practice. We practiced inside. Spirited, very competitive, physical practice. Guys competing on both sides of the football. Our receivers continue to do a great job of catching the ball. Keishawn Butte is having an excellent camp. Our two young running backs showed out today. Corey Connor, the first day of pads, had some big runs. Monty Goodwin continues to do a great job. John Emery was out there full speed, ready to go. The offensive line is getting more physical. I thought our guys ran to the ball. Quarterbacks threw the ball well. Garrett Nussmeyer had a great day today, made some tremendous plays. I thought it was an outstanding job by our coaching staff of getting our guys ready to play. Tomorrow we're going to go into helmets, and we're going to red zone again, and then we're going to take let the guys sleep in Saturday morning, and then we'll go to Tiger Stadium Saturday afternoon and have our first full scrimmage. One news that I said it the other night in the radio, Glenn Logan re-injured his foot, just a little break in his foot. It's going to take a little more while to heal, and we'll get him sometime in the season.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Doing great.
Coach, in the spring, it seems like you had some running backs that were banged up, and now you kind of had some more injuries in the fall. Has that been kind of frustrating, or nothing to worry about?
Well, that's why we get those two young backs. And now we got everybody back except Tyron. And so Kevin had a long line today. It would look good. But, those two young backs are going to have to play. Obviously, I like Tyron, I like John, but they have to stay healthy. And if they don't stay healthy, we've got to play the other guys.
You think Tyron will be back soon? Or?
Yeah, I think that he's probably practice Monday full speed.
Hey, Coach, this is Glenn West with LSU Country. I wanted to ask you about the freshman receivers.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of hype about those guys, Brian and Dion, Chris, and Malik. Just talk about what you like about each of those guys, and that you could see them playing as early as this year.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's not too big for them. They're very capable of playing against the best guys on our team already. They've shown that. They've won some one-on-ones against some pretty good players. They're very humble. They're hungry. They want to learn. They catch the ball well. Brian obviously is the tallest one, the biggest one, and the strongest one. Malik has just great body control. Chris is just a great athlete. He caught a slant and he dunked it over the goalpost. I thought he was going to hurt his head hitting the goalpost. 7-1 jumper, So then Dion is smooth. Dion is very smooth. He's long, makes some big plays. They got to throw in Jack Best there. That's a great group of guys. They're all going to play for us. They're all going to have great years.
Hey, Coach, Jarrett Rose at TigerDetails.com. What have you seen from the offensive linemen through the first few days in pads, particularly how's Chase Hines doing?
Jason has been out for a little bit. I think he's going to come back Monday. Anthony Bradford, we played some at tackle. We moved him back to guard. I see a more of a physical attitude. I think our guys are working on physicality with Brad, and I can start to see it in practice. I felt it today. I think those guys are working. Austin Deckles leading them, Big Ed, Liam, them guys being back, it helps. Cam is solid at left tackle, doing a great job. So I think the first group is going to be solid. The second group has got to come along. Charles Turner missed a couple of days of practice, came back, and really has done a good job for us. Really impressed with him. He's been with us for a while. So we're building some depth. We're still not there yet.
Hey, Ed, Wilson Alexander from The Advocate. A couple of questions on the defensive side. At linebacker, obviously, position, Jared Small seems to have inserted himself. What did he kind of do to get that playing time? And then also just quickly, we hadn't seen Derek Stingley just the open periods of where we're at, but is he practicing?
Yeah, Derek should be back maybe Monday. Just a minor camp injury. And Jared's very quick to the football, can kick, diagnose, obviously an experienced player. Plays with great leverage. He's 5'11". He plays with great leverage. He's strong, has good speed, he can cover. Micah Baskerville's coming too. He had a good practice again today. Now Micah is some of the best shape he's been. Micah's been a good player for us. Damon's playing well. Bug Strong, a junior college linebacker, is a thumper. He can hit. those guys have really showed out. I think we have a good group of linebackers. Obviously, we have to play all four of them.
Ed, you obviously mentioned those freshman running backs showing out. Just I know before camp you were saying they could get in that mix. I mean, what all have you seen from them, and could they really crack that rotation right away?
Well, Armani's been making some big plays. He's smooth. He's fast. He can get to the edge. He runs over the middle, but you know what? He avoids tackles. I mean, he can go side by side fast. He's good with the ball in his hands. Corey's a physical back, and Corey didn't show out as much as Armani did when we didn't get the pads on. The last 2 days of pads, Corey's have showed out. It's hard to tackle him because he has such a lower body and very, very, very good between the belly and the thighs. He has a good trunk. Lower center of gravity is what I want to say. He's hard. He got big shoulders, and he showed out today. Now he's hard to tackle.
Hey, Coach. Scott Woodward said last week you still had 2 guys that weren't vaccinated on Friday. Did those 2 guys get vaccinated?
Yeah, we close. I think we're down to 1. I think we're down to 1, and he may have gotten vaccinated or not, but I think we're only down to 1.
And one more. What's your feeling, or what are you hearing? I mean, as far as you know, 100% capacity for your home games this year?
Yeah, Glenn, that's not my wheelhouse, man. I'm worried about our 8:30 meeting with our offense and defense today. I don't know what's going to happen, but look, it's kind of funny. In the middle of camp, you guys got to get motivated a little bit. We showed some red zone. I showed some red zone plays, and it was good to see that crowd. It was the Florida game. It was good to see that crowd there. As it's motivational, so we need them, man. Hopefully, I hope it's 100%. Definitely in Death Valley, it's a big advantage for us.
Hey, Coach. In terms of the COVID vaccination thing, obviously it's also have a competitive situation like you might.
Yeah.
The team doesn't have enough.
Yeah. I heard about. Can you say it a little bit? I think I know what you said, but can you say it again? It kind of went in and out. I heard about half of it. Yeah.
Because you would,
Yeah.
nutrition or weightlifting gets commissioners, players.
Yeah.
Before for the game.
Yeah, again, coming in, but I think what you're saying is a competitive advantage that we have to get vaccinated. And if we don't, we're going to forfeit the game. And, our guys know that. Again, only one guy hasn't gotten vaccinated. I think he's going to get vaccinated. As I know, we should be 100%. I think we're 100% with our coaching staff. Our coaching staff understands that. And, nobody was forced to do it. And there were some reservations with some guys. They had it. They spoke to some people. But again, the situation is that it's best for the team if you are vaccinated, and I think we will be at 100%.
Coach, I got 2. I promise I won't ask a vaccine question. How do you play multiple linebackers?
Yeah.
How do you see that working?
Keep them fresh, man. Think about this offense, man. Basketball on grass. These guys are going 80, 90 plays. If we can rotate our linebackers, 2 at each spot, I think we'll be better off. Then again, some situational stuff. A third down, we may put in some different guys at linebackers than we have a first and second down, depending on the type of offense we're playing. Somebody during the season is going to get hurt. You got to develop depth there. So I think rotating linebackers will be healthy for us.
And then the other one was, you talked about Garrett pushing Max. Do you think that's important to keep Max as, wound
Yeah.
tight as possible?
Yes, competition. Competition helps us all. And I'll tell you what, Garrett stepped up. Max has stepped up. Both of those guys are working hard. They're both having great camps. We knew Garrett was very talented, especially when he extends plays with his feet. He made some outstanding plays today. He hasn't had many interceptions. He's improved from the spring. He's very focused. He's a leader. He's got the it factor out there. And our guys believe in him, so I'm happy with both quarterbacks.
Hey, Coach, this is William with Tiger Ray. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. I'm assuming he's back at full health, from Landon Jackson checking in. I wanted, because of the depth you have given the defensive line and the lack of big body tight ends after Cole, have you considered cross-training him at all because he did play in high school there?
Yeah, there's a possibility of that. But, I promised Landon and his mom and daddy in recruiting that he's going to play defensive line. And everybody wants him. The offensive line coach wants him. The tight end coach wants him. But I made a promise to him and his mom and daddy that he's going to play defensive line. And he's going to get a shot to play a defensive line. He's a very good defensive lineman now. If things wouldn't work out. But, right now, he's full speed, but it's still hard for him to cut. He had a tough ankle injury. And we got to give him the time, let him prove himself there, and let's see what happens. But that is an option if that doesn't work out. That's a good idea.
Hey, I think last one for me. You said kind of going into camp, I think on the radio one time, it's always been a discussion if Derek will maybe play both ways. And he's been out for a little bit, maybe having to have a chance to look at it. But when he gets back, is that something y'all are going to consider here during camp?
Yeah, we were going to do it this week. In fact, we were going to do it right when the day he got a minor injury. And I talked to Jake and I talked to Derek about the type of players we're going to run. We're going to see where we are next week. If I don't know if he's going to be full speed next week. Obviously, I'm not going to play him both ways. If he's not full speed, we have to play that by ear.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Go Tigers.